What makes a true friend? The wind in the willows. Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to Rise Up Books, your go-to channel for personal growth and wisdom, drawn from the pages of timeless books. There's a children's novel that captivates not just young readers, but adults too. When it was first widely published, President Theodore Roosevelt was so enchanted that he wrote to the author, confessing he'd read it 3 times in one sitting. Why does a story written for kids hold such a spellbinding allure for grown-ups? Today, I'm thrilled to share that book with you, The Wind in the Willows, a classic by Kenneth Grahame. Stepping into the lush, poetic world of this story is like finding a pocket of peace. Its seemingly simple tales for children carry profound reflections for adults on friendship, life, growth, and the big question, what makes a true friend? Through vivid prose, Grahame brings to life 4 unforgettable characters, each with distinct personalities. Mole, shy but curious. Rat, warm and rational. Badger, generous and kind. And Toad, impulsive and reckless. Together, they watch flowers bloom and fade, stand by each other through life's trials, and ultimately find transformation and maturity. One reader described their friendship as a gentle breeze rustling through the willows in early summer. Just thinking of it feels like a balm for the soul. The adult world can be a strange and bittersweet place. We grow up chasing dreams, only to face quiet regrets. Friends who once swore to stick by us forever slip away into the crowd. People we used to talk to daily grow distant, their messages fading into silence. Those childhood or high school buddies we were inseparable from. When we meet again, there's an odd emptiness, a realization that we no longer share the same wavelength. It's a hard truth. The older we get, the fewer friends we seem to keep. The Chinese philosopher Lu Xun once said, "One true friend in a lifetime is enough." Yet, in the hustle of life, many of us feel a quiet longing for connection. Is time eroding our friendships, or are we falling short in holding on to them? What makes a friend worth cherishing? And how do we become a true friend ourselves? If these questions resonate with you, let's dive into this heartfelt exploration of what makes a true friend, inspired by the gentle yet profound classic, The Wind in the Willows. Distance nurtures. True friendship, as spring awakens with warm breezes, Mole feels a stirring in his heart, urging him to leave his familiar burrow and answer the call of adventure. He ventures into the wild woods, a place he's never dared to explore before. There, he finds himself stranded by a river until Rat comes to his rescue. From that moment, their friendship begins. Mole, raised in the dim confines of his burrow, is thrilled by the new experiences and this newfound friend. Yet he wonders, does Rat, who often keeps to himself, ever feel lonely without true companions? In truth, Rat is far from alone. He has a friend in Toad, whose vast wealth makes him the talk of the town. Though Rat rarely visits Toad's grand estate, he keeps up with his friend's antics through the local papers. Then there's Badger, a reclusive figure across the river who prefers solitude, so Rat watches from afar, never dropping by unannounced. Mole soon realizes that despite their limited contact, the bonds between Rat and his friends remain unshaken. One day, Toad spots a shiny automobile during a trip far from home. With his love for adventure, he's instantly obsessed, despite having crashed 7 times before. When word of this reaches his friends, they grow worried and keep a closer eye on him. But by early summer, Toad buys the car, and his friends can't sit idly by. Badger, who rarely leaves his den, joins Mole and Rat in setting aside their own lives to visit Toad's mansion, hoping to steer him away from reckless danger. This simple tale reveals a cornerstone of friendship. True connection thrives on balance and distance. The best way to love and stay close is to find the sweet spot, neither too close nor too far. The Chinese writer Sun Mao once said, "The best kind of friend is like fine tea, light but not bland, fragrant but not overpowering, lingering gently like a stream." This is the philosophy of moderation. Everything is most beautiful in just the right measure, and friendship is no exception. Like the characters in the story, these friends don't live on the same riverbank. Each swims in their own current, far enough to let their lives flow freely, close enough to reach out when the waters turn rough. Many of us think close friends must see each other constantly, but as time passes, life pulls us in different directions, across cities, states, or even countries. Distance is inevitable. If we measure friendship by how often we meet or how close we live, we set ourselves up for expectations, hoping our friends will mirror our affection with specific actions. But expectations breed disappointment, and the sincerity we started with can get tangled. True friendship is quiet and steadfast, not needing constant proof or dependent on how often we meet. Even if you and your friend live in the same city, work together, or share a home, you still need to give each other space. No matter how close the bond, without boundaries, it can become a burden. The closer the friendship, the more vital it is to respect physical space, choose words carefully, and keep financial matters clear. When we're too close, flaws get magnified. Instead of growing closer, we might end up resentful or critical. It's better to carve out personal space and avoid overstepping, no matter how familiar you are. Watch your words. Being close doesn't mean you can say anything or pry into every detail of their life. If they want to share, they will. If not, respect their boundaries. Finally, keep money separate from friendship. A French writer once said, "Friendship should be free of profit. Friends are friends, and money is money." Mixing the two creates a mess that's hard to untangle. A true friendship means being ready to help when needed, but not intruding otherwise. Each person lives their own life while staying connected in spirit. Never a burden, always in each other's hearts. Gentle but not clingy. Lasting but never tiresome. That's the most beautiful state of friendship. True friends don't drift apart over differences. After befriending Rat, Mole quickly grows close to Toad. For someone used to a quiet life like Mole, Toad's grand mansion is a wonderland. He's especially taken with Toad's elegant carriage, which lets him roam far and wide. Then Toad invites Mole and Rat on a far-flung adventure. Mole, buzzing with excitement, eagerly agrees to explore the unknown. But for Rat, a wanderer's life holds no appeal. He craves stability and dislikes disruption, so he declines. Mole pleads, "I'll always be there for you, but this trip sounds so exciting." Though Rat is practical and principled, he sees the earnest spark in Mole's eyes and gives in. Soon, the three friends pack their bags and set off. The journey is a thrill for Toad and Mole, who romp along country roads, marveling at sunrises and sunsets, their hearts brimming with joy. Rat, however, stays quiet. Sensing his unease, Mole whispers, "How about we head back to the river tomorrow?" This thoughtful gesture moves Rat deeply. Though he doesn't love the journey, he chooses to stay. Not just to keep an eye on Toad's impulsiveness, but to support Mole's dream. The next morning, while Toad sleeps, Rat rises early to prepare for the next leg of the trip. In Rat, we see a friend who acts without expecting anything in return. No resentment, no demands. There's a saying, in life, meeting someone powerful or wealthy isn't necessarily precious. The rarest gift is finding someone who truly understands you. So, what makes a friend who gets you? It's someone who softens their sharp edges, embraces your differences in personality, tastes, and lifestyle. They don't ask you to change to fit their mold, but respect your choices and support your dreams. They walk beside you when you need them, offer advice when you're off track, but never judge or try to fix you. An ancient saying warns of 4 false friends: those who only take, only criticize, only flatter, or only seek fun. Those who only take always want something but rarely give. Those who only criticize spot your flaws, put you down, and leave you drained, piling up negative energy with every encounter. Such relationships don't lift you up. They hold you back, sowing self-doubt. Those who only flatter shower you with praise without discernment. If someone always cheers you on, even when you're wrong, it's a problem. That kind of friendship lulls you into illusions and stunts your growth. Those who only seek fun show up for parties, drinks, or to kill time. When trouble comes, they're nowhere to be found. These 4 types share one flaw. They don't fully accept you. If you differ from them, or they find something in you they don't like, they pull away, or won't stand by you when you need support. Ted Chiang, author of Stories of Your Life and Others, wrote, "Maturity is seeing differences, but realizing they don't matter." A true friend doesn't demand perfect alignment. They have a heart big enough to hold all your quirks, a calm ear to listen, and enough love to keep the bond free from control or self-interest. Not there to shine when you're bright, but to warm you when you're low. Despite his friend's warnings, Toad lands in serious trouble. One morning, he sneaks off to a small town, where he's captivated by a sleek car, already owned by someone else. Caught up in the moment, he hops in and speeds off without permission. It's a step too far. As Toad races down the boulevard, carefree and reckless, the police catch up. He's arrested and sentenced to 20 years in prison. In the damp, dark cell, Toad endures days that feel like an endless night. Then, the jailer's daughter, moved by his remorse, helps him escape by lending him a worker's disguise. But when Toad returns home, he finds his mansion overrun by wild weasels during his absence. Luckily, Badger and Mole have been keeping watch over the estate. Through scorching days and rainy nights, they've camped out on the grass, monitoring the invaders and plotting to reclaim Toad's home. When Toad returns, the friends band together, defeat the weasels, and restore the mansion to its rightful owner. Through their unwavering support, Toad sees his mistakes. He abandons his wasteful ways, sheds his bad habits, and transforms into a kind, courteous, and humble gentleman. In real life, many come for gain and leave when things get tough. A philosopher once said, "In poverty, you learn who your friends are. In chaos, you see who truly cares." Hard times reveal true hearts. Fair-weather friends who sing your praises aren't always keepers. But those who stand by you when you're down, who show patience and stay through your flaws and failures, those are the friends who matter. A true friend might not be by your side when you're soaring, but when you stumble, they're there to lift you up. That's the mark of a real friend. Conclusion. Though written as a children's story, The Wind in the Willows is anything but childish. It's a treasure for adults. If this reflection hasn't fully captured its magic, I urge you to turn its pages yourself, to savor the elegance of its language and uncover the gentle, profound wisdom woven into every line. You might see yourself in Mole, a soul weary from the grind of endless routines. One day, you heed your heart's call, break free from old habits, step into the sunlight, and embrace the beauty of nature. You meet new friends, dive into a different life, and embark on a journey of discovery. Like the characters, you might help a wealthy, boastful friend find their way to true growth, and in the end, you'll recognize who your true kindred spirits are. The Wind in the Willows is an invitation to reconnect with nature, with others, and with yourself. It poses simple yet profound questions. How should we live? How do we build friendships? And where is our true home, where we can see our own capacity for love, compassion, and understanding? If you're feeling stifled by life, stuck in relationships, or searching for a spiritual anchor, take a bold step out of your comfort zone. Give yourself permission to soak in nature's embrace and explore new horizons. Remember, true friendship isn't about constant closeness or perfect similarity. It's about keeping just enough distance, embracing differences, and letting go of the need to prove you're right or demand validation. What you wouldn't want done to you, don't do to others. Above all, be ready to help your friends with wholehearted sincerity. No strings, no calculations. When you live true to your highest self, you'll attract friends who resonate with your soul. So, have you heard the whisper of the wind through the willows yet? Thank you for joining me in this reflection. If it touched you, share it with someone who needs it. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for our weekly insights. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.